What up, dudes? ZR Car here, back again with another Honda Passport Elite video in modern steel metallic. It's a tiny bit windy out here. We'll take a look at it in a second. Just did a hyper-miling video, and if you don't know what that is, the Truck King on YouTube kind of does a better job explaining it. Basically, you're just trying to squeeze out as much miles per gallon as you can. Try to brake as little as you can. Coast as much as you can. And pay attention to those shift points, stuff like that. I think I talked a little bit about it inside. Haven't washed this for a couple weeks, so she's a little dirty. Took the Silverado up to northwest Montana for a week. Put 900 miles on this beast. She's a little dirty. Still under 10,000. I think it's like 9,800 miles. At least it's a little bit green up in northwest Montana still. It's kind of brown and smoky here. Anyways, I digress. Do a quick walk around in the wind so you can check it out. A little bit dirty. These wide tires kick up some mud and stuff, but a couple water spots. But she's looking pretty sweet still. Still loving the gray and black combo. It's kind of hard to beat. Anyways, into the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace. What up, dudes? Just hyper-miling with Metallica. And if you've never heard the term hyper-miling, it's basically just trying to squeeze out every mile per gallon we can out of this beast of a Passport. So I've gone about 5 miles doing 45 and showing 30 miles per gallon. Just about ready to jump up on the interstate here. This is the on-ramp pretty soon, and gonna be doing 70. So we'll see what that does to my 30 miles per gallon. Basically, hypermiling is pretty much coast as far as you can. Basically, use your brakes the least you can, and try to use those shift points for low RPM with that good mileage. So, coming up on the interstate, try not to get squashed. We're at 67, and we'll get another shift in there. There it goes. I'll set the cruise. I got the dumb cruise on right now. It does have adaptive cruise control, but it's kind of jerky and kind of slams the brakes sometimes, so I haven't used it for a long time. Honda needs to do a better job with that. So you can see my mileage just fell a little bit, 28.7. We're probably 6 miles into it at this point. And doing 70, we'll see if that continues to go down, or I assume it's going to stay pretty close to that 28.7. It'll kick down on this little hill. Maybe not. You can see the top line there turns from white to green if it's getting decent gas mileage. I'll cycle through this menu. These true computers are really good in the Honda Passport. So you're seeing that 120 miles is what I've got on this tank. 23.8 is what I've been getting on this tank. Been doing a lot of city driving, so usually it's closer to 25. The range, 323. It's pretty good. You usually get about 400 miles to a tank. I think it's 19 and a half for the tank size, but 19 and a half gallons, that is. Wow, so it actually increased to 29 here. We might have a little bit of a tailwind since we are going east, since we are eastbound. So might have maybe a 5 to 10 knot tailwind, which does help. 29.1. So she's just sipping that fuel. One other thing that I've noticed is if the engine's warm, it'll actually get better economy. In other words, the first 5 miles, if it's cold, I don't know if it kind of loses some. Now, I wouldn't say it loses power. It's just not as efficient until it kind of gets the temperature. But as you can see, it's still picking up 29.3. So doing 70, and it's pretty awesome. I know I mentioned a second ago, but this trip computer is fantastic. Like, it is so good. That 21.7 is I refilled like part way into a tank without using the whole thing, and did some city driving, and I actually got kind of scared. The city I live in was kind of having trouble getting gas, so I know. Anyways, 29.5 looks pretty decent. I'll have to pass the semi. But the Truck King on YouTube kind of explains hypermiling a little bit better than me. I'll speed up since I got some fast people coming behind me. Kick her up to 75, something like that. I don't want to be that guy. So you can see the white line on the dash indicates that I'm using more fuel than normal. So I'm just trying to get out of this guy's way behind me. I don't have the AC on, so that'll change it a little bit too. I'll get past these semis and slow back down to 70 so I can get out of this person's way. So yeah, it kicked down a little bit more at 78. Only getting 28.8. So it's kind of ruined my hypermiling for another 20 seconds here. And I'll kick off the cruise control, get back to 70, see if we can get back to 29. I think we can. I do have a new Silverado too, if you want to check out my channel for that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I know I haven't been doing a crap ton of videos, but just kind of been enjoying the summer. Just took the Silverado on about a 900-mile trip. It did pretty good. Some of that I was pulling a 7,000-pound camper, so the mileage wasn't superb, but usually I'll do a video on this if I wash it and kind of do some thoughts. Figure I'd do a little hypermiling for you. So it's totally possible to get some sweet gas mileage if you really baby it. You can see my average fuel for this tank already went up a couple of gallons. I do have that econ mode on, so that just kind of dumbs up the throttle a little bit, makes it not as responsive. At cruise speed, I don't believe that that econ button right there does a lot. I think it just more dumps up the throttle, so it's not as responsive. Yeah, so we're kind of floating between 28.9 and 29 miles per gallon. Only got another 2 miles before I get off the interstate here. guessing this 29 miles will be down to about 27, something like that, after I get through town. But I'll stop the video here for a sec and I'll pick it up before I get home. Peace. Alright, dudes. So we're back in. Alright, I'm trying to stay right at 45 and get the best fuel mileage I can. Rocking out to some Metallica. And looks like we dropped a little bit, 28.7. So, like I said a second ago, there's about 5 miles where I have to go through town and have to hit some stop signs, wait for some slow people, and in total the trip was probably, I think it's right at 20 miles. We do have a little bit of a tailwind coming from the west, but nothing significant. 28.6 miles per gallon. So next turn is kind of a slow road, so we'll see what my mileage says. Might go down just a smidgens. Again, this is with the AC off. As you can see, AC off and econ on. So 28.8. It's actually got a little better. It's downhill a little bit right here. One more block. Bear with me. Or, as Flossie Carter says, talk amongst yourselves. If you ever watch Flossie, he's an awesome dude. Check him out on YouTube. Certainly recommend it. Alright. So, in my driveway with 29 miles per gallon. That's not bad. The start stop kicked on right there. There's the Silverado I mentioned. Did a nice trip with that recently. Black license plate's looking pretty spectacular. It's kind of clean, but I haven't washed it since last time. These wide tires really, they pick up a little dirt, but they stay in the wheel well, so not too shabby. She's looking pretty good, actually. I know there's a couple water spots on this side. Yeah, you can kind of see them. But for the most part, she's looking pretty black and gray. Black and gray. Alright, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.